morning. Welcome to Monday Mindset, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about habits and the power of habits. I am Erin Hart. I'm a registered nurse health coach, and I empower women to lose weight for the last time this year with a sugar and flour free lifestyle so that you can find peace with your food and your body, freedom from cravings, and the confidence to chase your dreams. So, today or this week, I guess, in the Success Path course, we've been focusing on automating habits, and we've been talking about the power of habits. So if you missed the Success Path course modules, I invite you to watch that. It's going to go much more into depth about how to change and create new habits, how to automate your habits and create strong routines to support you throughout your life in this new healthy lifestyle. But I wanted to highlight some of the points from that module today because habits are really so powerful. If you've never read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, I definitely recommend that you get and you read that book. Gretchen Rubin also has some really great books about habits and how to create new habits. So, one of the quotes from Gretchen Rubin, she says that when we change our habits, we change our lives. And the way that we become the person that we want to be is by reverse engineering that goal into small, actionable steps. So, we step into the future version of ourselves and we look at what he or she has done to create that compelling future that we want in the future. So, reverse engineering your goals and then focusing on executing those habits today is how we become the person that we want to be and how we create the life that we want. A habit is just a behavior that's been repeated enough times that it becomes automatic. And that's important because you can't rely on self-control and willpower to change your body and your relationship with food to achieve your goal body, right? So we have to really learn how to automate our programs. There's a part of your brain that's the anterior cingulate cortex, and I've been talking about this a lot lately because I think the science of it is so important to understand that there's a part of your brain that um, is like the mom of the brain. It makes decisions, it checks off tasks, it resists temptation, and after just 15 minutes, that part of your brain gets depleted, and that's what willpower depletion is. In that state, we just are not able to make good, healthy decisions that are in line with our values and our highest self, that are in line with our goals. So, ooh, I have like a hair right in my face. Okay, but so we have to just realize that that part of our brain is like the self-control center. And so we can't rely on that because just after 15 minutes, it turns off. And that's what willpower depletion is. But there's a different part of your brain called the basal ganglia, and that's the part of your brain that creates habits and automates things, right? And that part of your brain is what we want to try to use when we are changing our lifestyle. We want to automate our program so that it requires very little willpower and that it requires very little decision making to stick to your plan. So, creating habits, creating morning and evening routines, and habit stacks are the way to really take you to the life that you want. Our habits carry us to that life that we want. Once our habits become automatic, we stop paying attention to what we're doing. We don't have to make decisions. So you can't rely on willpower to stay on your meal plan. Willpower and self-control are not how you change your life. It takes a lot of energy and willpower for your brain to make decisions. And we want to decrease the amount of decision making day to day, decrease the amount of decision making in this process and create automation with our program. And that is how it can feel easy and effortless to lose weight. And so incredible to experience this, because if you've ever been on the dieting roller coaster and you've tried to rely on willpower, you know that it just doesn't work. Gretchen Rubin, she teaches that when a behavior becomes a habit, it no longer requires a decision from you. So I want you to ask yourself, what behaviors do you do habitually? James Clear says that the process of behavior change, it always starts with awareness. You need to be aware of your habits before you can change them. So what are your current habits? What are the behaviors that you do habitually, whether they're healthy or unhealthy? Try to think of like what you mindlessly do each day. I invite you to make a list of all of the things that you do habitually and go through those things and ask yourself, okay, well, which habits are going to carry me to the life I want? And which habits or behaviors are working against me? Which habits do you want to keep doing and which habits do you want to replace? This can feel so overwhelming at times, right? But the key is to start small and to just choose one or two things to focus on at a time. So step into that future version of yourself. What behaviors has he or she done consistently to create the life that you want in the future? Reverse engineer that goal and choose one or two areas of focus. We don't want to try to change everything at once because that's so paralyzing and overwhelming. In Atomic Habits, James Clear teaches that the 4 laws of behavior change are to make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. So once you decide that you want to start a new habit, the trick is to find ways to make it obvious, to increase your access to it, to make it more attractive, to make it easy. Start small. Don't try to start a new habit by going to the gym 5 days a week for an hour each day, right? He teaches the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is that you automate the first 2 minutes of the habit that you're trying to create. And even if you just do the first 2 minutes each day, that is okay, because you're automating the beginning of the process, and then it opens you up so that you can be able to complete the full habit in the future. But you have to first create a habit before you can improve it. So we want to automate those first 2 minutes of your new habit. So make it easy and then make it satisfying. Find ways to reward yourself throughout the process. Make it a habit tracker. Find ways to reward your milestones. When you're starting a new habit, we want to really reduce and eliminate any friction or barriers to completing that habit. Inversely, if you're wanting to break an old habit, we need to do the opposite of what we do to build a new habit. We want to create as much friction as we can, and we want to place barriers in our way to help us to stop doing it. We have to make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult to do, and create painful or uncomfortable consequences for doing it, right? That's how you break a habit. You want to make it invisible. You don't want to have visual triggers around you. You want to control your environment and create an environment of success. You want to make it unattractive so that it's unappealing. You know, if you associate sugar and flour with poison, right? It's like poison to you. It's inflammatory. It makes you sick. It shortens your life, right? It makes it so unattractive. We make it difficult to do by, one way to break an old habit is to fill out the compassionate curiosity exercise. So every time you go off plan, you can force yourself to fill out the compassionate curiosity exercise, so that when you are thinking of going off plan, you're like, oh man, if I do this, I'm going to have to fill out that worksheet. And it makes it a little bit more difficult to have to complete that. So it makes you think twice about doing it. Consequences for doing it. Have an accountability buddy. And that can be a way to get immediate consequence for going off plan of having to tell someone. And practicing that complete honesty with an accountability buddy is so powerful in helping you to change and replace your bad habits with healthy habits. So, we go a lot more into depth in the Success Path course of how to create and change your habits. But in this video, I just want you to know that I know that life is so busy and it can be hard to fit in your self care in addition to sticking to your meal plan. So choose one habit at a time and stack it onto a behavior that's already automatic for you. Don't focus on everything at once, but just focus on small incremental improvements. Don't be perfect, be unstoppable. Focus on progress and not perfection, just as we do with our meal plans. So to learn more about the power of habits and how to create strong morning and evening habit stacks to help you to become the person that you want to be sure to watch the videos from step 5 in the Success Path course. Automating habits is how we create the life that we want. It's by small, consistent changes in your behavior over extended periods of time that you will create an extraordinary transformation. Reverse engineer your goal and add in one habit at a time until that habit becomes easy and automatic. And then it opens up space for you to focus on a new habit, add in another habit until that becomes easy and automatic. And eventually you'll be automating, a lot of different habits that are healthy and that replenish your willpower. And you'll be effortlessly practicing your self-care routine. Our habits, they give us strength to stick to our meal plan. And you may find that when your habit stacks go out the window, then you start to struggle with your meal plan. So creating strong morning and evening routines to fit in your self-care during the day, it helps us to protect our willpower, to bypass willpower, and to replenish our willpower so that we have the mental and emotional strength to stick to our meal plans. Your habit stacks will help you to take your life to the next level, and we want to make sure that you're automating that self-care routine. I've created a healthy habits worksheet for you this week, and I also have a morning and evening routine worksheet that you can find in the Mindset Mastery workbook. So keep an eye out for those. If you aren't part of the Year of You or the Success Path course, I invite you to join our community. We would love to support you in your sugar and flour-free lifestyle, and I guarantee that you will achieve your goal body within a year. If you're curious, sign up for a 30-minute weight loss strategy session with me by visiting erinharthealthcoaching.com for a link to my schedule. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.